Hello, people of Earth! This is Silver Mage, and today I will be attempting the Hearthstone Arena. Now, I'm not the best Hearthstone player on the planet, far from it, but I'm certainly not the worst. Now, I'm making this video for mainly two reasons. The first one is, well, for fun. I figure we can all take part in my crushing victories or humiliating defeats together. And second, critique. I'm hoping to improve with this video series, so if you see something I do wrong, or if you have a different opinion on what card I should have picked and when, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll be happy to take a look, and I'm hoping to improve my play. So without further ado, let's hop into the arena. Pay the gold. Excellent. Alright, so it looks like our options are Rogue, Paladin, or Shaman. I'm no stranger to the arena. I've played through it many times. And I find that both Rogue and Paladin are excellent characters. I don't care much for the Shaman. Not my personal favorite hero. But I think in this case, I'm going to be playing... I think I'll play a Paladin. He's a pretty nicely balanced class and he has a lot of really strong common drops. So we'll give it a shot. Alright, Coalite Oracle is generally considered terrible. Ancient Watcher isn't really the best card in Arena. Especially not before I have actually anything picked, and I have no idea whether or not I'll be getting anything to actually play it. Stampede Kodo, on the other hand, is widely considered one of the best 5-drops in the game, because it's almost certainly going to go 2 for 1. I tend to agree with that assessment, and I think I'll take it. Okay, Repentance, Wisp, and Frostwolf Grunt. None of these are really good. Wisp is terrible. Just 0 for 1/1, it's not a good minion. Repentance could be good, except it's really easy to bait out with anything. So I think in this case going for Frostwolf Grunt. It's not a very good card, but it's not an awful card. You do want Taunt in the deck, and I find that if you have at least 6 or 7 taunts, it's going to be fantastic. I think we're going to take Harvest Golem here. Consecrate's great. But I'm hoping, and I hope I get some later, but Harvest Golem is just a fantastic minion all around. Alright, so we have Ironfur Grizzly, Thrallmar Farseer, and Fairy Dragon. Ironfur Grizzly is okay. It's not the best taunt minion in the world. 3 for 3/3 is pretty standard. Taunt's fine. Thrallmar Farseer could actually be pretty good in a Paladin deck, simply because of the Wind Fury. You have stuff like Blessing of Might and Surprise, 10 damage to the face can be pretty epic. But it's not very consistent. I haven't actually drafted any of those yet, so I think we're going to take a Fairy Dragon. 2 for 3/2, can't be targeted by hero powers or spells. It's a fantastic minion. It almost always trades. Alright, so Bluegill Warrior, Youthful Brewmaster, or Blessing of Kings. Well, in a draft like this, I tend to want lower cost creatures. Bluegill Warrior isn't one of my favorites, though he does tend to trade with 3-costers. Or at least 2 for the 3/2s. Blessing of Kings is really good. Well, fairly good. But I think in this case I'm going to go with Youthful Brewmaster. Alright, so we have Gnomish Inventor, Murloc Raider, or Stengen Shieldmaster. A lot of people like the Gnomish Inventor, but I myself really am not a fan. The 2/4 body, I hardly ever find it useful except for maybe trading out for the 3/2s, the 2-cost minions. The 4 HP is, I mean, it might live through a hit, but 2 damage isn't much, and for 4, I'd rather be having something that does something immediately. Stengen Shieldmaster, on the other hand, is a fantastic minion, 3/5 taunt, and as I said, I prefer taunt heavy decks, so I think I'll take one. So we have Abusive Sergeant, Bluegill Warrior, and Silverback Patriarch. Let's see, Silverback Patriarch is generally considered to be an awful card. I would tend to agree, 1/4 taunt just isn't very good, let alone for 3 mana. Bluegill Warrior is okay. I think in this case, though, we're going to go for Abusive Sergeant. It's sort of a 4/1 for 1 turn, sort of. If nothing else, it's going to allow something else to trade up, so we're going to take it. We have Blessing of Might, Shattered Sun Cleric, and Young Dragonhawk. I think Shattered Sun Cleric is the obvious choice here. Alright, so we have Loot Hoarder, Frostwolf Warlord, or Dark Iron Dwarf. Frostwolf Warlord is surprisingly good in Paladin decks. Your hero ability summons the 1/1s, and if you're playing low-cost minions, it can get very big very quickly. Dark Iron Dwarf, though, is just really good. Again, it has that sort of I think Trump calls it Swido charge. So I think I'll take it. Alright, so we have Equality, Aldor Peacekeeper, and Stampeding Kodo. Aldor Peacekeeper is pretty good. Equality is an excellent card if you can get it with Consecrate, and unfortunately, I don't have any Consecrates yet. So I think in this case, I'm going to take an Aldor Peacekeeper. Excuse me, Iron Fur Grizzly, Mad Bomber, and a Gnomish Inventor. I think I'm going to go with Mad Bomber here. Another 2-cost main seems pretty good. Knife Juggler, Azure Drake, and Aldor Peacekeeper. All of these are fantastic minions. Looking at the curve here, 4 2s already, a couple 3s, 3 4s, and 1 5. I think we're going to go with Knife Juggler. You can activate the knife ability with the Paladin almost every single turn if you so desire, so I think I'm going to take him. Stormwind Knight, Loot Hoarder, and Hand of Protection. I don't really consider Stormwind Knight to be very good. There's a lot of competition in the 4-drops. Again, you have Dark Iron Dwarfs, Engine Shield Masters, Chillwind Yetis. There's all sorts of good stuff you can get for 4, and just having another one there. He's not the worst minion ever. He's definitely better than not having a minion at all, and he does immediately trade, which is pretty good. If I say I had a Blessing of Might, or an Abusive Sergeant even, which I guess I do, he hits pretty hard pretty quickly. The Loot Hoarder, though, is some card draw. I don't have any of that yet. There's another 2-drop mini, so I think I'll take him. Ah, finally, that Consecrate we're looking for. Excellent. So we've got Spellbreaker, Raid Leader, and Novice Engineer. No one really likes Novice Engineer anymore. I really don't either. With the 1/1 body is mostly useless. Draw a card. At least you draw a card when it comes in. But otherwise, Raid Leader can be pretty good sometimes, but for 3 costs, he doesn't even live through a hit from basically anything. He'll survive, say, hero abilities, but that's about all. Spellbreaker's pretty good. Silence a minion. We don't have any silence yet, so I think we will take that. Alright, so we have Gnomish Inventor, Priestess of Elune, and Earthen Ring Farseer. I think the clear choice here is Earthen Ring Farseer. Priestess of Elune just isn't very good most of the time. Occasionally it might save you if you're facing an aggro deck, but this is Arena. We have no idea if we're playing an aggro deck or not, and most of them tend to be mid-range, if anything. So I think we will be taking an Earthen Ring. Okay, once again we have Stormwind Knight, another Gnomish Inventor, or Rare Crocalus. The game really wants me to take a Gnomish Inventor today. I think in this case, though, we're going to go with Stormwind Knight. So we have Hand of Protection, Argent Protector, and Blessing of Wisdom. I think the clear choice here is Argent Protector. Blessing of Wisdom can be pretty good at times. Say a Wind Fury creature, but we haven't actually drafted any of those, and the ones we've been offered haven't been the greatest, so I think we will take the Argent Protector. Alright, Coldlight Oracle, Ravenholt Assassin, or Young Priestess. I'm not a huge fan of the Young Priestess, although I suppose it does trade with 3 2s. 3 2-drops. Ravenholt Assassin's pretty good. It will trade for something. It's really hard to get rid of it before it's unstealthed. And I don't really have any big hitters near the end, so I think I will take 1. Bloodsteel Corsair is pretty awful. Coldlight Seer is awful. It can even hurt you if your opponent's playing any Murlocs. We haven't even drafted any. We've been handed maybe 3 to choose from, so I think we're going to go with Young Priestess here. Alright, we got Nightblade, Wisp, and Young Dragonhawk. All of these cards are widely considered to be pretty terrible. Wisp and Young Dragonhawk, I frankly agree. They both die off to any hero ability. They're both pretty bad. Nightblade I actually like a bit better than I think a lot of people do, but that's because I tend to favor more aggro-ish decks, so I'm going to take 1. Plus, we don't really have any 5-costers yet, so hey. Alright, once again we have Cult Master, Noble Sacrifice, or Frostwolf Warlord. Noble Sacrifice is definitely the most popular of Paladin secrets, and for good reason. Early game, it will trade for... it's most likely going to trade for a 3-2. Cult Master can be good. You drop it and then start trading stuff over. And Frostwolf Warlord. We have a lot of 4-drops already. Well, we got 4 4-drops already. 2 5s and a 7. I think we want the Frostwolf Warlord. I'm thinking. Alright, so we have Humility, Priestess of Elune, or Repentance once again. Humility is just not very good. Priestess of Elune, not very good, and I'm not the biggest fan of Repentance. It can be okay late game if your opponent really isn't expecting it, but again, it's just really easy to bait out. We actually don't have any 6s yet, and although I really don't like Priestess of Elune, it might help the curve. So we'll take one. Alright, Chillman Yeti is just a fantastic card. Regardless of how many 4s you have, it's almost always worth taking. So I think I will. Boulder Fist Ogre, Stone Tusk Boar, or Eye for an Eye. Eye for an Eye is just pretty much terrible, especially after the nerf that Secret's got. Stone Tusk Boar, really only useful in a Hunter deck, or very... if you have nothing better to take, which isn't very often. Boulder Fist Ogre, on the other hand, is a fantastic late-game minion, so I'll take him. Corehound, I'm not a big fan. It dies to everything. Almost everything. It's kind of okay on an empty board, but on turn 7, you often aren't facing an empty board. Jungle Panther can be good. 4-2 with stealth. It does die to, say, Consecrate, or Blizzard, or other forms of AoE. Fairy Dragon's pretty good, though. 2 cost. How many 2 costs do I have already? Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've only got 4 3s. I think we'll go with Jungle Panther here, only because we have so many 2-drops already. Alright, Hammer of Wrath or True Silver Champion. I think in this case we're going to go with the True Silver. It's just an excellent card all around. Hammer of Wrath's pretty good too, but it's in that 4 slot. And True Silver Champion takes out 2 things, so we'll go with that. Wolf Rider or Guardian of Kings. I'm thinking in this case, we're starting to fill up this. We've only got 3 minions that cost 6 or more, so I think we're going to take Guardian Kings. If the game goes long, he's one of the few minions that might actually save your life immediately by playing him. So I think I'll take him. Just buying you that 1 extra turn can mean the difference between winning and losing. Terrible, fairly terrible. Reckless Rocketeer is pretty bad too, but at least it might trade right away. It doesn't give the opponent a chance to respond to it, so I think we'll take it. Alright, Holy Wrath, Pint-Sized Summoner, and Stampeding Kodo. In this deck particularly, Holy Wrath just isn't very good. We don't have a whole lot of late game stuff. Well, actually we have a pretty nice curve. Pint-Sized Summoner seems okay. Stampeding Kodo is really good though. I think we might take one. Alright. So let's try to get a game or 2 in before I end this video. And let's get to it. Who shall our first opponent be today? Seems like a pretty solid deck from what I drafted there. The curve seems to be pretty nice. So we'll see how it does. I was hoping for another Consecrate personally, or another True Silver. And come to think of it, we really only got 2 or 3 taunt minions, which isn't the best. At least in my opinion. Alright, first match is going to be against a Rogue. Rogues in Arena are really good, and they have a lot of early game control. I think we hold on to the Yeti. The other 2? I think we drop the Abusive Sergeant. We'll hold on to the Protector, if only because it lives through his hero ability. And it does give us something to play on turn 2. Not the best opening hand, though, I must say. Alright, let's see what she plays. She could coin Defias, which would be awful. We're gonna Infiltrator. That's not too bad for us, actually. I think we're just gonna use our hero ability. She could, of course, just knife it, which would be fine. Luckily, we did pull Ascendancy to Shield Master, so even if she does get this early board control, we do have the taunt. That was interesting. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. For one, you won't be enraged now. Yep, I think we trade out. And we won't have a way to immediately get rid of it, so I think we just don't do anything. Next turn we're going to have our Chillwind Yeti or Ascension's Shieldmaster to play, both of which will take that out quite nicely. So we'll see what she plays. Alright, Indy, what do you got for us? Gonna knife up? Okay. Come on, gonna swing, got any more cards? Yay, nay. Okay, we're down to 25. A lot of cards in hand. I think in this case we probably just go with the Chillwind Yeti. And turn. What have you got for us? She could backstab and then take it out this turn if she wished to. She could shiv her own minion and enrage it. Looks like she won't be shiving though. Razorfen Hunter. Oh, she's gonna coin? Oh, I suppose she... Oh, sap. Okay. So she saps it back to my hand. I am thinking in this case we probably play the Ascension Shieldmaster. It's going to... Oh! Or he plays Stampeding Kodo. Stampeding Kodo is going to trade with everything he has on the field, and it's going to kill a minion no matter what he tries to do. So we're going to do that. We take out the 2-3. A little bit less than ideal. I was hoping to take out the Berserker there, but hey, what are you going to do? She could assassinate right now, though if she does, that might be okay for us. Taking out a 3-5 isn't the biggest deal in the world. Next turn, we're going to have 6 mana, so we might go Knife Juggler, Chillwind Yeti, most likely. Or maybe Knife Juggler, Ascension Shieldmaster. We'll have to see. Assassin's Blade. Okay. What do you plan on doing with that? Alright. That's fine. Oh, okay. To the face. I think in this case we are going to trade out for that 2-3. We don't want to enrage the Amani Berserker. We could play Argent Protector and keep it alive for another turn, which actually might be okay here. Indeed. In fact, I think we will. Because then if I play Senjin, she'll have to attack into it. So.
Not on my watch.
Take out the Amani Berserker. And then we play Senjin Shieldmaster. She'll either have to deal with the Shieldmaster or keep allowing my Stampeding Code to trade. Iron Beak, okay. So honestly, that really isn't a huge deal. It is still a 3-5. Sure, I would prefer to still have the taunt, but there would have been worse things to silence. Potentially worse things to silence, I suppose. I can't actually think of any in my deck that would make as much of a difference. It looks like she'll be attempting to rush us down here, which might be correct for her to do. We're starting to run low on taunt. Let's see here. If we trade like that, I think we're going to play the Knife Juggler. And Nightblade.
They'll never know.
And go for face. Thankfully, she is starting to run out of cards. Well, I suppose she just does still have 3. We'll see what she plays. If she has much more charge in her deck, this is going to get ugly. We do have a nice board right now, though. We can trade for basically anything she plays. Alright. Direwolf Alpha. She's really trying to rush us down. Okay. Trading. Okay. What to play in this situation? It's also a real shame we didn't pull any 6 Swampoos during that, during the draft. One of the situations where a Priestess is actually useful. I think... Okay, I think we trade this way. Then...
This one's mine.
Then this way.
My responsibility.
This one's
Take that out. Then I think we play Priests of Elune. Brings us up to 16. Is it worth bringing it back for 4 more health? I think it is.
Drink with me, friend.
Alright. And now we're left with a pretty strong board. We got 4 more health coming next turn. This is looking pretty good for us, I must say. But we'll have to see what she plays. It could very well still go back to her. Jungle Panther, okay.
The light protects me.
And Argent Squire. With 1 card left in our hand, things aren't looking too good for her. That Consecrate would be really nice right now. True Silver Champion isn't bad, though. I think in this case we play Priestess of Elune.
I am the blade of the gods.
We're not going to spend 2 attacks taking that out. That just seems a little silly. So I think instead we play Young Priestess and activate the hero power.
Reporting for duty.
And then we go for face.
Job's done.
I don't think she can do 17 damage this turn. It just doesn't seem very likely. So we should be in a pretty good spot. Backstabs, okay. That's fine. She will have to trade out here if she wants to live. Next turn we have 9 damage that she can't actually stop. So if she can't take out the Priestess this turn, she might be dead. We'll see what she plays with that last card she has. If it's a Taunter, that plan isn't going to work. Assuming she trades out the 4-2, that is.
Mistakes were made.
Mistake. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Alright, she's gonna trade out.
Choose soon.
Chose on 14, and that's gonna be GG.
Well played. For justice.
Well played, Indy. Good game. Alright, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. I'll be back next time to continue on this draft. This arena run, rather. And I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.